Welcome to the Clean Slate with your hosts, Daniel Garza and Carson Phillips, providing you with movie news, reviews, and more. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to go to the concessions to get your popcorn and drinks. For your entertainment, this is the Clean Slate Podcast.
Welcome back to the Clean Slate Podcast. I'm your host, Carson Phillips, here with my favorite lady, Daniel Garza, and today we are going to be talking about the movie Weapons. We're edging into Halloween territory, and I can't wait to talk about this movie. So, Mr. Zach Cregger is back, and he's weirder than ever, or maybe less weird. You can speak now.
Okay. I was watching the trailer on IMDb.
I'm giving you permission to speak.
It's pretty captivating. Anyway, guys, so this is Weapons. Here is the log line. When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance.
Ooh. I don't think we should tell any more of the plot. If you haven't seen this movie, say you liked Barbarian or you just like good thrillers and horror films, I would say go watch it and then come back to this video.
Yeah. I think
you've already made it 3 minutes in, so you get, the view already counted.
Straight nightmare fuel. I'm gonna just get right into my likes. This movie is one of the scariest movies that I've seen in a long time. Not in all of life, but I would probably categorize this in top 5 of my favorite scary movies. Like, it was just a really good plot. I really liked the cast, and it was the first time I've really seen well-known actors in a horror movie do an actually good job.
That's true, because usually that's what worried me about this. When I saw Brolin was in it, I was like, oh no. And then,
but he did really well, and I think he plays the perfect part for this role, and it wasn't anything
almost
crazy
Pedro
or different.
Pascal played that character.
Oh, God, could you imagine? I would have hated this movie. Julia Garner plays, like, an insanely good role in terms of just being that, like, teacher. Like, and this is a very different role than she normally plays. Like, right? She plays, this bold
a semi-unlikable character in this.
Yeah.
But a great character, like a really well-written character.
I think the mystery of this movie is misery. The mystery of this movie is really, really good. I definitely didn't like connect the pieces of the ending until, like, I would say maybe a little bit after halfway through. Like, about halfway through, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, this is probably where it's going.
You still want to know more.
Yeah. Well, and you want to see how they do it. And they did it in an amazing way. I wasn't like, saw that coming. It was like, okay, oh my. And it was just... And, surprisingly, the third or fourth character that it shows, the homeless man, his side of the story was actually
druggy guy.
So funny.
It was awesome.
It was a nice break from the horror that you feel throughout the movie. And yeah, I would say I know we do ratings afterwards, but this is probably a 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I agree. I've never rated a movie a 5 though, so I don't know what can make this movie better because I feel like it's almost a 5, to be honest. I feel like it is a 5, but
that's true. I mean, yeah,
I'm standing on business still. Yeah, for me, I agree with everything you said. I think this movie is a great follow-up to Barbarian because he likes to play with how narrative works, right? And how stories are told through different perspectives. And this just amps it up to almost a ridiculous. Like, there's like 5 POVs in this movie.
Yeah. This was pretty much the movie vantage point.
Yeah. No, it's really cool the way he does this and, like, plays with, like, the timeline of the events. And you kind of keeps you on your toes. But then also just, I feel like when because he was part of The Whitest Kids You Know, the director, and the way he adds, like, comedic bits that lead right into, like, horrifying moments and then into, like, a moment where it's, like, really sad even. Like, the ending of this film, I laughed so hard towards the end of this movie because of something that happens. And then I got disturbed because it's disturbing. And then I got really sad. And I think that's, like, an expert filmmaker that can manage tone like that, where you can shift into these different aspects of storytelling, and it feels natural. It doesn't feel forced, because we've seen movies where the tone shifts take you out of the movie. I think this just brings you deeper into being immersed in this mystery. And the movie reminds me a lot of, what's the one that you made me watch with Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, and they kidnap this guy. Yeah, this reminds me of like a horror version of Prisoners a little bit in tone, just with more comedic and horror elements. But yeah, I think that all works really well. The non-linear storytelling is probably my favorite thing. Even like the solution isn't my favorite solution, but how we get there I think works so well, because the movie's more about the journey than the destination here for me.
Yeah, in this case it is.
And it's eerie. This film feels like a very, like, if you watch this in fall, I feel like it's a fall movie.
Yeah, it wasn't a summer movie. Like, this would have actually been a good, like, end of fall, beginning of winter kind of movie, and it would have been just as horrifying.
Exactly. This could have come out like right before Christmas, and I still would have been like, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're looking for, this is it, and I loved it.
Yeah. What was I about
gory.
to say? I was about to. Yeah.
I'm also gonna say
gory.
I do disagree. I find this movie creepy, not necessarily super scary, but.
Well, okay. What's the difference?
That's a
Semantics.
great question.
You know,
that's for theologians to answer.
Okay, that's not all right. No, I definitely found this movie to be like, it's very lighthearted. It kind of what you said. The tone is very nice here, but even during the daytime, movies can kind of like be like, oh, it's kind of your break from all the scary stuff. This kept going during the, like, even the gas station scene was like,
yeah.
It was just crazy. I thought actually all the storylines too, like even the storyline with the cop, and then and Julia Garner's character, of like how there's kind of an affair type deal going on or whatnot.
That was still like a interesting aspect of the story. Like I still cared, which is crazy. Also, Alden, I don't know how to say his last name, coming back after Han Solo, being in this. It was nice to see him do something good and be liked for this role.
Oh, is that what he did? I never saw that movie.
Previously, he was also in Julius Caesar.
Okay. I will say this. I got to see this with a really good theater. Like, the theater that I watched it with was just like, they were all into it, and you could hear the deep breaths afterward. You're like, oh.
I was in an IMAX theater that was full. There was not a single seat open.
Oh my god!
And like it's the most quiet movie theater I've ever been in.
Wow,
it was amazing.
Wow. Anyway, okay, let's go on to dislikes. I'm sure we don't have much, but do you have any dislikes?
Honestly, not really. Nothing I would change. Like, I think there's nothing that I could change to make this better, in my opinion. I think maybe we could have had, like, I don't love the whole, spoiler alert, witch angle. It's not like my favorite thing in the world. Just because, like, Barbarian is interesting because it's like an inbred giant scary woman. Yeah. So I was maybe expecting like something disturbing to that degree, perhaps, but I do like how weird that character is. So it's kind of like a give and take there.
They're trying to get like a greenlit, like, of a prequel. Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Actually,
please God don't.
He is doing a Resident Evil movie. I'm hyped for that because that game plays with non-linear storytelling, so makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah, this is practically the horror Christopher Nolan.
Interesting.
I would say the only thing, I wouldn't change it, but the most corny thing of this movie is the run, like the hands to the side. Like the
it's like iconic
run.
though now.
It is iconic, but I was just like, I couldn't.
There was a kid at my junior high that ran like that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's pretty corny, but other than that, I mean, I don't really have any other dislikes besides, like, maybe I wanted more.
I do want to note, I love how obtuse the movie is, because, like, it's clearly has deeper meanings, and you can kind of go in a lot of different directions with it. Mm-hmm. And we don't get all the answers, right? Like, not everything is given to us, and I think that's a good move, in my opinion, because sometimes the answers are kind of like whatever. I think having a little bit of mystery left over, leaving you wanting more, is a good thing.
Well, yeah, and also at the end, the kids didn't. I mean, whoops.
They don't get normal.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler, but
like I want to know more about Brolin's character. Like, why was he so like spiritually attuned to like things? I think that's such an interesting thing that they didn't explore. But I also appreciate they didn't fully explore it. So
yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, anything else that you want to add?
Maybe the real weapons was the children all along.
That was my other dislike.
What? The floating AK?
Yeah. It was.
I like it.
But it's so random. It doesn't do that any other time in the movie. It never explains
because it's saying,
why
I love that. I love that so much.
Oh my god!
That's one of the things that you could take in a bunch of different directions and be like, what does that mean? But it's like a weapon floating above the house. The kids are weapons that she's using. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, but it wasn't even in that time. It was at the very beginning in the dream.
Yeah, but it's leading him to where the weapons are being stored.
No, it wasn't. It was his house.
Yeah, but the dream is what led him to figure out where this other house was.
Okay, yes. I just thought it was stupid. It felt out of place. I'm not going to try to find some really weird meaning to be like, oh, yeah, no, it actually means this or it could mean... No, I think that's ridiculous. It was a really out of place, out of character thing, and I think that's... That and then the run are probably what brings down the rating for me. But, needless to say, this movie is damn near perfect besides those two stupid things. I got nothing else. I think this was a really good follow-up for Barbarian. From Barbarian.
Do you like this more or less than Barbarian?
I would say probably more. I think the pacing in this is way better than Barbarian.
But I feel like Barbarian's weirder.
It's weirder, but there are parts in Barbarian where I got bored. I was like, okay, what's happening next? Like I felt like he was exploring things that that in the end didn't really have any point.
It didn't matter to you.
Sure. And with this, it was like every single thing I felt locked in. I was like, I might watch Barbarian again.
I feel like a double feature would be awesome. I'm going to make Alyssa watch them.
But yeah, I think I like this better because when the parts where you would quote unquote get bored at, it was still entertaining because we were still exploring her kind of quote like lost love life, or the random things like the homeless man, or the interactions with the dad, or the police chief who is the dad.
Yeah, that was like an interesting story in itself.
Really good side plots that I was interested in. Maybe it was because I loved all the characters. That also could be it too.
Yeah, they're all well written and interesting, and flawed. We like flawed characters. So,
but I also think
crazy. If she was my kid's teacher, though, I would be like, "Why are you following this kid home when you were explicitly told you not to?" That would piss me off. Yeah, that was creepy. You little freak. Sorry.
Also, though, in Barbarian, it's like this feels as non-linear as it is. It feels linear into the point of like they're going to
a certain point.
Yeah, they're going to figure out why this happened. It's like a mystery. It's like a murder mystery type thing. With Barbarian, it's not really like that. It's more so
it's building to the reveal of that monster.
Exactly, because you're not getting a why. You're not getting
kinda. You're getting more of a how.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Barbarian.
I think both movies give you more of a how than a why.
I think Barbarian is more of a vibe, and Weapons is more of a like story.
A different vibe. It has a lot more story elements. Yeah.
It's more of a vibe, and Weapons is like
they're partially connected too, but that's a conversation for another day.
I don't know. I love this movie. I think it's my favorite scary movie of the year, and definitely in the top 5.
It's probably my favorite horror film of the year. And there's been some great horror films this year, so maybe we can talk about that.
Good Boy might be good though. I think it might be stupid, but
there's a couple cool horror films coming. I mean, there's the new Osgood movie coming out. I've disliked almost every movie he's made, but it looks good. That's not going to be a favorite. There's no way.
I don't know. I think it could.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, though. Ooh, baby. Don't know if that's going to be a horror film, though. That's kind of gothic.
I don't know if I was going to say that'd be horror.
but I'm a fan already, and I haven't seen it. So
when did Shelby Oaks come out? It says it already came out.
Let's end this real quick.
Sorry. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it for weapons. This was kind of a tougher, not deeper. It was kind of a gorier movie for us, but we're ramping up because
Halloween is
we're
coming.
starting season 4 of the Clean Slate Podcast, or not. Ooh, teaser right there.
We're quitting?
We're quitting. That's the clickbait.
We don't even do Halloween.
That actually
just hype it.
The thing that is like our biggest
Yeah,
thing
we got to
ever.
end on Halloween if we're going to end.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if you die, I'll just jump to Halloween.
Yeah, just only come out during Halloween time.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Your corpse is just...
Anyway, okay, guys. Well, with that being said, go follow us on all of our social channels. Go link, like, subscribe, all those different words that mean something for podcasters. And we will see you for our next movie. Peace.
Peace.
All right.
That's a Clean Slate.